Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to our channel, Mom and Pop Know Best. Today we will be talking about leasing and the frequent terms that we hear, residual value and money factor, and what those mean. But before we start, please go ahead and hit that like button. YouTube really likes that, as well as hit the subscribe button. This way we can continue to bring content that hopefully is helpful and adds value to you all. So today I'm going to talk about leasing and what are the terms, again, maybe a bunch of strategies in order to negotiate a good deal, and how do you know if you're getting a good deal or not so good deal. So to start off with, this is assuming lease terms of 36 months and 36,000 miles or 12,000 miles per year. The sticker price, again, in this example, is $30,000. Assuming sale price, that this is the amount we're able to negotiate with the dealer, we're bringing it down to 25% or a 17% dealer discount. This is going to be very helpful for us in order to reduce our lease amount or the lease payment. Then taxes, title, and acquisition fees of $1,600. And what this is just simply 4%, assuming a round number of the $25,000 plus the $500 of acquisition fee and $100 of title. The reason I did the taxes in this fashion is because the state of Virginia and a handful of other states, they actually assess tax on the full price of the vehicle rather than just on the lease amount. The beauty of that is at the end, if you do decide to purchase the vehicle, you are not paying sales tax on the residual value, but the annoying thing is that you are paying the tax up front on the entire amount of the vehicle rather than just on the lease payment. In other states, the tax is assessed on the monthly payment or the monthly lease payment. That's again just state specific taxes. Then there's also the dealer dock fee. Almost every single dealership would add some sort of fee. This is for them to file the paperwork and again and quote unquote to keep the lights on. This is a little bit of an inflated number. Again, you can sometimes try and negotiate with the dealership. They could potentially not remove it, but they could lower the sale price in order to try and meet you halfway. But this then becomes the total capitalized cost, which is simply the sale price plus tax, title, and fees, as well as the dealer dock fee. So that gets us to $27,199. Then these are the main things that are given to you or that you should always assess or ask before you are leasing a car. What is the residual value and what is the money factor? So the residual value and the money factor are something that are assessed by the manufacturer for any given brand, for any given model. So let's say on a Honda or Toyota or Nissan, they would typically assess the residual value 58 to 60 some percent. On more luxury brands, the residual value typically will be a little bit lower just because they kind of depreciate faster. So in this case, the residual amount is going to be $18,000, and that is assessed on the sticker price. So this is a number, this percent is given by the car maker. So in this case, we are assuming 60%, which brings the residual value to $18,000. Now the difference is basically the depreciation, which is the lease amount that you will be paying, which is the total cap cost minus residual value. So in this case, it's $9,199. But that's not it. We still need to pay finance charges, or again, lease charges, if you will. And there, the money factor would come in. The money factor is basically an interest, and the way you can compute it is just to say the money factor times 2,400, and that gets you your APR. Here I only did times 24, so I could show it as a percent. But in this case, a money factor of 0.001 just means 2.4%. So then your monthly interest amount, and this is where it gets tricky and a lot of people do not know how to apply the money factor. The money factor is basically assessed the total cap cost plus your residual value, and I know it's weird and funky, but that's how the math here works, times the 0.001. And that gets you $45 per month. So then the lease payment is just simply going to be the $9,199 divided by 36 plus the $45 in monthly interest charges, getting us a lease amount of $301. At the end of the lease, you would have paid, this is the total lease amount, inclusive of interest, inclusive of taxes, inclusive of everything, you would have paid $10,826. In this example, you would ask, well, is this a good deal? Is this a bad deal? Is this your average deal? What are we looking at here? So some people assess it based on how much you pay or the price per $10,000 of sticker price. So in this case, it's about $100. And the way you compute that is you take your monthly payments divided by your sticker price times $10,000. So some say anything below $125 is good. I really think that that's a little bit too much. And it's really anything the neighborhood of 100, or again between 95 and 105 is kind of a decent deal. And there you would really need to work hard to find these deals. Let's say you have to wait until the following year and then you go back to a previous year. So in this case, we just purchased or leased the car in February of 2020, and we got a 2019. So there you'll be able to get a little bit aggressive because the dealership is trying to move these vehicles off of the lot as quickly as possible, as well as the car makers are really throwing a bunch of incentives in order to make it, again, a little bit of a good deal and make it enticing for people to pick up the older vehicle rather than to pick up the 2020 models. As also another way to look at it, and this is the way Lease Hacker does it, is really to look at the number of years it would take to pay the MSRP. In this case, it will take about 8 years of payments for you to get up to the $30,000 of sticker price. There, again, you're trying to make this number as small as possible, and you're trying to make this number as big as possible. So you're trying to extend the number of years. With that said, what are the levers here that we can really play with in order to get a good deal? Because the dealership, they will come at you, show you a lease payment next to a finance payment, and they're like, oh my God, see, you're saving $50 a month. Look at how much you could save and how much you could do. And then if you really focus on the payment amount, you're missing the whole point, because you need to focus on the sale price. Because the harder the bargain you can negotiate on a sale price, the better your lease payment at the end will be. So do not focus here, because this is just simply a function of your sale price. So focus on the sale price. When they give you the sheet that has all of the info, ask them, what is the residual value? What is the money factor? Compute your APR. Figure out how much that actually is. And then you go and try and drive that sale price as low as possible, because if I change this, if let's say they started off with $27,000, now I have a lease payment of $361. Versus now, if I bring it down to the $25,000 that we started with, we have a lease payment of $301. So that's how you can think about it. So let's throw the monthly payment aside for now and really focus on negotiating on the sale price, because that is what will drive everything else. Then the other thing, if you are financing a car, the same thing, because they can always say, oh, I can push it from 36 months to 48 months to 72 months and interest rates of this. So no, focus on the sale price, and then you work the interest rates as best as you can. Or again, if you're financing a car, you need to work the interest rate. If you're leasing a car, you need to work the sale price. So with that said, what is the best strategy here? The best strategy, I would say, is to go to a dealership to test drive a car. If you like it, you're all set. You sit down with them, you negotiate. They will come to you first with an annoying deal that is basically, it's sort of like an insult, and tell you this is the best we could do, this is a bargain, this is the best thing ever. You tell them no, this is garbage. What you try and do is really scratch off the sale price, tell them this is way too much, I'm trying to bring it down, give me 20 or 22% discount. So this is where this number comes in. If you're able to bring it down to $24,000, that's a 20% discount. In that case, you're starting to deal with a decent number here. So start off aggressive in your sale price, and they will come back and say, "Oh no, this is the best we can do," and you try and you try and go at it. And then once you're towards the end, you tell them, "Thank you very much. I'm gonna sleep on it." So let's say they gave you a deal of, I don't know, let's say that you ended up with $26,000. They gave you a deal of $331. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna sleep on it. Thank you very much. You go home the following day or the same day. You can call up a bunch of dealerships and tell them, hey, this is how much this other dealership is offering me for this car. It has these sort of equipment. This is its sticker price. Can you beat it? In some cases, they would say yes. In some cases, they'd say, no, you are crazy. Thank you very much. We're done. So for in this instance, when we just leased the car, actually a couple of dealerships told us, nope, you are insane. That is not happening. Told them, thank you very much. And then another dealership said, yes, we can actually beat it. So they went down by $5 in payments. I told them, no, no, no. How much are we talking sale price? So we kept on negotiating this one until we got to a decent number. I'm like, great, thank you very much. And I took that and I went to the first dealership and told them, hey, this other dealership is offering me this. Can you beat it? Can you beat it or match it or throw something a little bit of an incentive for me? They were able to match it as well as throw in some maintenance package, which is garbage. Again, it doesn't mean a whole lot, but it was a way for them to say this is the best we can do and all that. So that's how again that is some strategy you can use to get the dealerships to really compete for your business, and then you can always call them upfront if you're shopping between different makes and ask what is the residual value, what is the money factor, and what is the suggested retail price or the sticker price. And from there, you can really work out what your monthly payments may look like using these set of formulas. So it's pretty easy, it's pretty simple, as you can see. So that's it. These are the basics to leasing a car. If you like this video, please hit the like button. YouTube really seems to like that, as well as the subscribe button, and we will continue to bring these videos to you. Please comment with what your thoughts are. If there's any topic in particular you would like us to discuss, if there's anything you would like us to discuss related to leasing, if there is any deal that you just got from a dealership and you want us to kind of discuss, and hopefully others will chime in and tell us this is a good deal, this is a bad deal, you can negotiate harder, you can do this, and hopefully we share a little bit of collective knowledge here, and that's how really we can hack the system and get better deals out of dealerships, because there's no point of going through it alone. Again, if there are a bunch of people who can share their deals and what they got and how much they paid, that's always phenomenal, and that's always very, very helpful, because then you're able to go and start to have dealerships compete for your business rather than you just haggling and haggling and haggling and a salesperson just driving you insane. Well, thank you so much, YouTube. It has been a pleasure. Again, please subscribe and like. This is Mom and Pop. Take care.